Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read. Today I'm going to be talking about my last Newt'S TBR. So for those of you that are new, I don't normally film in front of this bookshelf, but I'm filming in front of it today because this is my other bookshelf that's in another room, not with the rest of the bookshelves, and I feel like it doesn't get much love. So I wanted to include it in a video so that you guys can see that I also have more books somewhere else. They never get seen ever, except by me when I'm working during the day. So here they are. There's more up top. But this is essentially my bookshelf that has like all my blog books on it, or books that were just sent to me in the mail. Like I put them in here until I can figure out where to put them on my main bookshelf. So yeah, this is my other shelf. So the reason this is the last Newt'S TBR is because of all this stuff that's going on with J.K. Rowling right now. And I know that G is really sad and disappointed in this because she built this whole thing around the magical world of Hogwarts. And so it's a little disappointing. Scratch that. It's very disappointing, especially J.K. Rowling's actions. But we're still going to go through with this last Newt'S TBR, and then I think G's switching it up next year, so it's going to be a lot different. But it's still going to be fun, and I will still participate in whatever G puts out because her readathons are awesome, and I'm always down to get reading. I don't always complete them successfully, but I do my best. So I completed all my owls and I went for the profession of a Hogwarts professor, and I chose to be a professor of Transfiguration. And so it's pretty great because now for my Newt'S, I don't have to read like a whole crap ton of books like I know some other people do because they chose other professions. I'm pretty sure I only have like 7 or 8 books, which is definitely manageable for me, and I am looking forward to doing that. So the first class that I have to do is Defense Against the Dark Arts. And I have to get an E in this class, which means I have to do 2 different prompts. So the prompt for A is to read a horror or a thriller. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I'm actually doing this as a buddy read with Amanda. I've done a lot of buddy reads with Amanda. Her channel, I always mess up how to say it, so I'm going to just put her in the description down below so you can check her out as well. We're actually doing a buddy read. I think we're doing, this one's a for sure buddy read, but then we also are potentially doing a buddy read for the next book I'm talking about as well. So yeah, I've always been curious to jump into a book by Lisa Jewell because I know that she writes a lot of thriller books, and I haven't read any of her books yet, but as you can see, I picked this one up at the secondhand bookstore. I thought it looked good, and I'm excited to see where she goes with her thrillers, and hopefully they're actually thrilling because I really like a good thriller book that can pull you in and get you like super like antsy while reading it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this one has to offer, and I hope it's not too scary because I wouldn't mind that, but I know Amanda doesn't like too scary of books, so we'll see. Then to get an E in Defense Against the Dark Arts, you have to read a book that has demons in it or has a water theme. So this is the other book that we're potentially buddy reading, and that is Fire by Kristen Cashore. We buddy read Graceling by Kristen Cashore earlier in the year, and we both moderately enjoyed that book, and I've heard that this one is better than Graceling and it deals with demons. So like I'm excited to jump into that because I love books with demons. And I did like Kristen Cashore's writing style. I just found that in Graceling there was a lot of build up and not a lot of action. So I hope that there's more action in this one. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this book, and hopefully I can complete it because then I'll get my passing grades. Then for Transfiguration, I need to get an O for Outstanding, which means I have to complete 3 prompts for this one. So the first one is to have a book with an animal on the cover or in the title, and so I chose Queen of Nothing. Yes, guys, I am going to finish this trilogy, and I am so pumped. So as you can see, there's a snake on the front, so that counts as an animal. And yeah, you guys know that I've been loving this series, and it's about time that I finally finish it, and then I can like have final thoughts on what happens. I've been dying to know what happens after reading Wicked King because it was just a really good book. So I really want to know what happens with, I don't want to say anything. Like I don't want to have any spoilers for you guys, but like I just really want to conclude this series, and I'm really excited. This is probably like my most anticipated on this whole TBR, so I can't wait. Then to get an E, we have to have a book with fire on the cover or in the title. So for this one, I chose Firefight by Brandon Sanderson, which is awesome because it's another sequel that I'm getting to, and I really liked Steelheart, so now I'm jumping into Firefight. Marcus said that this one is better than Steelheart, and I believe it because all the books that he says are better usually are. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I think it's going to be so much fun, and I'm excited to get more Brandon Sanderson. I haven't read Brandon Sanderson in a while now. It's been a couple months, so I need my fix, and this is going to give it to me. And then to get an O for outstanding, you have to read a hardcover book or a book that you found intimidating. So I just went with the easy route and chose a book with a hardcover, and that is Behind Distant Stars. Now, this is the second book in the Fid's Crusade trilogy. I read the first one for my blog and really enjoyed it, and so the author, David Rees, sent me the other two books, and they're all hardcover, and these are his new covers, so I'm really looking forward to this book. I think it's going to be awesome. I really enjoyed the first one, and the best part about this book series is it's kind of like about an anti-hero. Well, no, it's not even an anti-hero. It's a villain. You're following the villain story instead of like the heroes, which is the norm. And I just found it so cool to be on the other side following the villain story, because I usually relate to the villains more than I relate to the heroes, which might be telling about me. I would definitely be a villain if I was in a book. So I'm really excited to see where this villain's story is going to pick up and continue. Then we have Muggle Studies, which is to read a comic or a graphic novel. So for this one, I chose Wonder Woman, the New 52 series. This is the first edition in that. I picked this up a while ago on, I think it was Indigo, and I'm really excited because I love Wonder Woman. She's awesome. I've been somewhat following her comics here and there. I'll pick up issues, but I don't exactly have them following volume for volume. I just kind of pick up issues here and there, but I do really like Wonder Woman. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and so I'm really looking forward to jumping into this because I feel like I could read this in probably a day. Graphic novels are really easy to get through for me, and I can, if I have a solid chunk of time in the morning with my coffee, I could read the whole thing. So this one won't take me very long, and yeah, I'm down to just power through it. And then my last prompt is Potions, and this is a book with the sky in the cover or in the title. So I chose The Rose Society because there's a beautiful sky over a sea in this one, and this is the second book in the Young Elites trilogy. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you know that I'm kind of obsessed with Young Elites, and I really love the main character of that book series because she's a protagonist that is morally gray, and that's what I always want in a protagonist. So I feel like this book is going to be fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with this series. I also am really looking forward to just jumping back into a book with Mary Lou's writing style because I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I'm going to crush through this one. Considering I read The Young Elites in 2 days. Yeah, it was on a weekend and I read it in 2 days. So I feel like I'm going to do the same with this one. I say I'm going to read all these books really fast, but the whole first week of August, my birthday is August 6th. So it's I'm busy doing things. Although this year I might actually be able to read them quick because with a pandemic happening, I probably won't be doing that much for my birthday. So I feel like I'll have lots of time to read. We'll see how it goes. I feel like this is the one year that I might actually do well with this reading challenge. If any of you are participating in the Newt'S, definitely let me know. I want to know down in the comments if you're participating and what profession you're going for so that we can link up and talk about the different books that we're going to be reading. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that this is my bookshelf where all my ARC editions go. So behind my head here, these are all the ARCs that I got from HarperCollins. They're on both sides. And I have more up top, but this is the bookshelf that all my books go to wait to be read or wait to be shown on the other bookshelves. And you can't see, but right beside me, I have a giant carton full of comic books and then another box over there with other books. So they're just everywhere. Anyways, that's it for my TBR video, guys. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below. You know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so that you know when I post videos right away. And until next time, keep on reading.